Hello and welcome to the morning show, teeing off with RevSportz. A very good morning to all of you present. This is me, Rohan Chaudhary, and finally we got our test in this series that went beyond 3 days. Today is the fifth day. Virat Kohli got a massive century, a much awaited century, and Australia are currently batting. They have just started the batting and lost to discuss on the Border Gavaskar Trophy fourth test. To discuss, we have Atro Mukhopadhyay from Ahmedabad, Devashish Sen, and Joydeep Mukherjee.
Hi, good morning. Hi.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Devashi. Good morning, Jadita. Achro, coming to you first. How is the temperature there? Yeah, yesterday you told that it was overcast, and in your video also we saw not many people are present there. How is the mood over there right now?
Today the turnout is going to be very low because it's a weekday and these are busy people. I mean, Gujaratis as a community are as a business-oriented people. They don't waste their time doing anything else when it comes to work. So today the turnout is very low, and I expect it to be that way. It's by far the lowest of all the 5 days. And although India may push for a win over here, there will not be too many at the stands. Too many watching it from the stands. Rohan.
Yeah. Joyita, coming to you, and after the set, India will be. Also, we have some clips from the
Hi,
ground.
India will be pushing for a win.
Yeah. So, Joyita, coming to you, as Akhtar mentioned, India will be pushing for a victory. So, do you think we have enough time for that, or and in the New Zealand Sri Lanka match also 40 overs are left. It's also we are going towards a draw. So, what do you think will be in this one?
Yeah, Atul makes a very good point. The Gujaratis are very hardworking. So if the Gujaratis in the team, Ravindra Jadeja and Akshar Patel, become hardworking this morning, it could be very, very interesting. I'm giving a 40% chance of India winning this game. I think strange things happen. That lead will matter a lot. I'm not so sure it'll be an innings victory or not, but I'm hoping things will happen. And for me, it's, the ball is brand new right now. It's basically between 12, 15 overs and 40 overs is the ball when it's hard enough for the spinners, and yet some of the shine is gone. But that's when it really starts playing up. Because what happens with the new ball is that it skids through. Okay. Now in the first 15 overs, they will be only looking after one side of the ball and not the other. So one side is roughing up slightly, the other one is being looked after really well with the shine. So now after 15 overs, when Jadeja comes and puts it, or Akshar puts it, or Ashwin puts it, you're not sure which side of the ball is falling. If it falls on the shiny side, it'll skid through. If it falls on the rough side, it'll hold up. And by hold up, what I'm saying is because it's the fifth wicket, this is still a good wicket to bat on. But it's taken a 5-day wear and tear wicket. So if it falls on the rough side, a lot can happen. How Aussies handle this? So for me, once the ball gets a little bit older, right now it's too predictable. And also Travis Head will play his shots. They will play their shots. They play like that. We've seen that in the first innings as well. Yesterday I gave India a 40% chance in the post show, and I'm giving India a 40% chance of India winning this game.
Okay. Devashish, coming to you, you were talking about the line and length that Indian bowlers should focus on. Please elaborate that for our viewers. What do you think should be the strategy for our bowlers?
Yeah, obviously the line and length should be in and around the off stump. Means you should attack the wickets. I mean, bowl straight as much as you can, and because on a day 5 wicket, few balls might keep low, few might bounce. So I think the key will be to bowl around that off stump and keep it straight. That's the bottom line is keep straight, and there will be times when the batsman will try to play cross-batted shot, will make mistakes. So that equation, you take out that equation of because if it stays straight, LBW chances are more on this wicket on day 5.
Okay, Atro, coming to you on that, do you agree to what Joydeep and Devashish mentioned? What should be the strategy to get the Aussie batters out? Your thoughts on that?
See, strategy, I don't think strategy will change because it's the last day. India has a chance to attack. They have a few rounds to play around. I mean, but time can be a sizable considering that it is the last day of the test match. India can get them out for around 1 thereabouts. The lead of 90 will be very, very handy. So strategy to attack them. I mean, for as long as they can. They can't obviously can't afford to give away easy runs, cheap runs. Can't afford to catches. But strategy would be to attack them. I mean, because see, last day of a long series, Australians have been there for a long time. So mentally, possibly they are not in the best. So they are kind of fatigued. There are tired bodies and tired minds over there. So it would be a chance to. I mean, they have got a chance to put them under pressure, and now they have to apply that pressure consistently for as long as they can. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Joyita, coming to you, Virat Kohli's knock, an extraordinary knock. We were waiting for that. Devashish was saying we want that to come at the beginning of the test. He said that 1200 days that he hasn't gone the test century. Your thoughts on Virat Kohli's knock and how patient uh, he showed patience, composure. Your thoughts on that knock?
Yeah, the whole world had the privilege of watching Virat Kohli celebrate the 100. I had the privilege of watching Devashish celebrate Virat Kohli's 100. I was with him when Virat Kohli got the 100. And Devashish's celebration was better than Virat Kohli. Let's just keep it that for now. See, he's a game-changing player. He's one of the best that has ever played the game. I think hasn't scored for 1200 days, 400 days. We should go beyond all this. These are the sort of players we should enjoy. The Tendulkars, the Gavaskars, they are once in a lifetime players. Enjoy what they're giving you. They are not here for life. They will not play bat for the next 30 years. They'll bat for another 3, 4, 5, maximum 7 years. You pray that they play one more year so that you get the visual pleasure. Like a Ronaldo playing, like a Messi playing, like a Mbappe playing. These are, Maradona, when he was gone, he was gone. There was only videos left, right? So that's the reason why this wicket, I was surprised that others didn't get hundreds. I would have expected, double 100, Virat, 150, Shubman Gill, Pujara 100, 600 for 4, 5. But because India hasn't batted well in the series, that has shown, when you go into bat on a good wicket also, runs behind you matter. How many runs you've had behind you. If you don't have runs behind you, even flat wickets, you're not at your 100% best because you don't have runs behind you. The opposite happens. When he runs behind you on a bad wicket, you score runs. So runs not behind them, didn't have them there. And just finishing on the point that we're making about the field, you see today India can put in-out fields because what happens is when a wicket is on a fifth day wear and tear, it's not a push wicket. You just can't go 1, 1, 1. So you either go dot, which is where the wicket comes from, and you have a long on long off at the back. So then you've taken the big shot out as well. We call it an in-out field. In to take the catches, out to protect the boundaries. That way the runs also don't leak. And this is not the wicket where you can just go every ball 1, 1, 1. It's not that. It's stopping and coming. If we bowl well, if we can group our bowling together well, our spinners, then there's a lot of cricket left in this game.
Okay, I'll come to you on after on that. Jadida mentioning about the fielding. I'll come to you on that. But before that, Devashish, your reaction from Virat Kohli's century. How much did you enjoy Virat Kohli's knock? You go on.
It was a
And how
subdued.
important it was in this situation.
Pardon?
And how important was the century in this situation in this match?
Yeah, century is always important. And it was a bit subdued reaction celebrations, I would say, because we know what sort of celebrations we are used to watching Virat, but this was somewhat of a subdued. He, and obviously he also very nearly wanted that 100. And he had been scoring, he had been batting well, but somehow or other, and to be waiting for almost 1200 for 3 days, it's a long time. Means as many as 23 tests and 41 innings in between getting that first 100. So that's a long time. But
yeah, I think it's more
everyone's
of
talking
relief,
about
Mama. Mama, more of relief that the 100 is come, more than anything else.
absolutely
More of
more
relief.
than relief. But and obviously the Virat Kohli, the 100 is scored set in 2012 against Australia in Adelaide. Means you could see his aggression, his reactions, his energy, but he is a lot more matured now. So you can't expect Virat to do similar sort of celebrations right now. So yeah, but we as Indians would cherish this moment as Virat scored that 100.
And
Okay.
also that series was a spicy one. That series was a spicy one. Away, this series is 2-1. We're up. We're consolidating. So just the pulse of the series. Celebration goes with the pulse of the series. If we were 2-1 down and he had got this 100 to get India back in the game, the celebration would have been different.
Absolutely. Yeah, and after coming to you, as Aditya mentioned that about the fielding situations. So, do you think Rohit Sharma has been good with the fielding positions, and how would you rate Rohit Sharma as a captain in this series? And you have seen him from the fields.
See, captain is as good his team is, and how good is the team? That is judged by how the team performs, whether they win or lose. So they are winning the series. This is possibly the most significant series win for Rohit Sharma as captain. So I don't think you will find too many faults with him at the moment, because yeah, you can say that in the first innings in this match, he could have possibly, when the wickets were not coming, he could have possibly packed one side of the field and asked his bowlers to bowl to that side, which didn't happen very often. But those are minor things, because if the series is won, then all those things are pushed to the background. So as long as the team is winning, we must say that he has led well.
Okay, Jolly, the same question to you.
Sorry, say that again, please. The question.
The Rohit Sharma's captaincy in this series.
Yeah, I think so. I think I agree with him. Your captaincy is as good as the form of your team. I mean, the players are the same. What sort of form is Ashwin in? Is Jadeja in? Akshar in? With the ball, Akshar. So for me, I think hasn't played to its potential. It's played to about 75% of its potential. I've seen India on these sort of pitches annihilate opponents. Australia, England, doesn't matter who they were. They haven't played at their best. After you've seen a lot of cricket, Mama has been around all over the world. On these sort of pitches, there'll be no contest. There's been a contest in this series. It's 2-1. There has been a contest. There have been
Yeah.
times, there have been sessions which Australia won. There have been times when India were down and they fought back and came. So India having played at 75%, I think Rohit's done well. I think this series will give him a lot of confidence to him and Coach Rahul Dravid going forward as Indian captain and coach. And you need these wins. You need these numbers behind you to be able to, sort of showcase what you have coming going forward.
Okay, Devashish, coming to you. How good was Akshay Patel throughout the series?
Yeah, obviously when you play three spinners in the side, there will be times that you underbowl someone, and whenever he has been given an opportunity, he has proved, and more than bowler
I'm
Akshay,
with the
his role as a batter was very very important, right
Number
throughout
one,
this. Pardon?
for me, the player of the series with the bat for India.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But let's leave Vatroda because it's hot and sunny, and he has to wear. He's holding the
He's
camera
used to the
on his
hard.
hand.
He's a tough cookie. He's
Yeah,
used to the
yeah,
heat.
that's
Don't
it.
keep telling him that.
Okay, after that, we will leave you in a couple of minutes. Your thoughts. What do you expect from the first session?
I expect a few wickets because batting will not be easy. Although the batting conditions are easy, I'm not sure how well mentally the Australians are placed at the moment, because this is a match which they thought until yesterday, possibly until lunch break yesterday, they still thought that they might have they could go for a win. Now that chance has been completely negated, and now they are under pressure to save this match. So I expect India to go at them, to have a go at them, and then see how it goes. Because even if India doesn't win this one, they will not be very disappointed. So in that sense, they have nothing to lose. So I mean, very little to lose. So I expect India to have a go at them and attack them. And if in the bargain, in the process, if you get a few wickets, maybe 3 or 4, then that sets it up for a more exciting second session and third session possibly.
Arthur, I
So
have a
as you,
question for you. Do you think the Aussie batters will come and play aggressively as they have in the series, or do you think they'll just shut shop because that will be playing into India's hands?
Shutting shop will take a lot of. I mean, I think they are not naturally defensive players. I mean, most of them. So maybe barring a few, like maybe Khwaja or maybe somebody else, that Labuschagne we can play the grafting game. But I think the likes of Travis will, after a while, if he spends some time into the wicket, he will have a go. He will play his shots. And either way, they play into India's hands. Possibly the safer option for Aussies will be to play their natural game instead of trying to be somebody who they are not.
Yeah, because
okay,
with that, what happens is also the runs keep scoring. So then India will have to think about
Yeah.
it's not a 200-run lead; it's a 80 or 90-run lead. So once so Rohit will also have that at the back of his mind that I don't have 300 runs to play with. I got to bat again. And do I have the time? Suppose they give us 90 to win in 15 overs or 14 overs. I don't want that.
I think Australia will. They should play their natural game. If, as you said, I mean, if they play out time, if they play for time, it's going to play into India's hand. The pressure will multiply. Pressure will, as long as the match goes on, the pressure will pile up, keep piling up. So I think they should play their natural game, which is play their shots.
Perfect.
Okay. So I'll come to Joydeep and Devashish. I will leave Achoda, but before you go, Achoda, once sorry to stop you, but one final comment from you on the pitch. We have been talking a lot on the pitch throughout the series of the fair pitch. Do you think it was a fair pitch?
See, there are no terrors in this. No terrors in this about it.
But
Yes, it is not as batting as it was on day 2 or day 3 maybe. But there are a few deliveries kept low yesterday. Few deliveries spun as well. But the spin is not very sharp. Still a slow turn. But there has been turn has been more than on the day 2 and 3. And today it's possibly going to be more. And as I said, a few balls kept low. So it's not if the Indian bowlers like they do. I mean, Ashwin especially, that they know how to go about their job in this kind of wickets. So I think they will bowl the lines. They will bowl down the channels, which will challenge Australians, and it will be not be very easy for Australia to back all day.
okay. Thank you, Atho, for joining. We'll leave you now. You have to walk along back. It's hot out there, and we'll be hoping you take a few wickets in the first session, and we'll be waiting for your post-match review. Thank you, Atho, for joining. We'll continue with Joydeep and Devashish. Joydeep, coming to you, same question to you on the pitch. Do you think it was more of a batting to a friendly pitch? The bowlers never had that.
I think this is the sort of pitch where you would expect a draw. With two teams that have the same skill set, this is a draw pitch.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, our spinners are on paper better than theirs, but I think their spinners bowled superbly on this pitch. Because their spinners, except Lyon, are new. Our spinners are not new. Our spinners are seasoned campaigners. Their two spinners, barring Lyon, are new. And in spite of that, they held their own. I think to get India 590 or whatever they got was very, very good. So that's one. Secondly, I feel this pitch was more of a safe pitch to play on because you're 2-1 up in the series. And it's a complete contrast to the first three test matches, as we know. 3-day test matches. Now, this has gone from one side to completely the other side. And I like it in between. I like a contest between ball and bat. And because we are 2-1 up in the series and everything in New Zealand is panning out probably our way, we are okay with this pitch. But had it not, had Sri Lanka won the first test and had, we been 1-1 or, 1-0 up, and then this pitch wouldn't have been it. But, I mean, for the situation, I think it's panned out good for us. In hindsight, life is always good.
Okay, Devashish, I'll come to you with the same question with an add-on. Like, what should be India's strategy with whether this should start with the pace bowler or spin bowlers on this pitch in the given conditions?
Day five, I would see Ashwin, and I would say spin from one end, and that with Ashwin bowling because the ball is still new, and maybe a Shami from the other end, and
Spot
see
on.
how things go, or see how things go for first 5-6 overs, and then bring the spin from both ends, and use Umesh and Shami in gaps, because Umesh is someone who will cherish a day 5 wicket because the ball is keeping low. So maybe a old ball will come handy. Maybe he can get some reverse swing. So and still, I would still believe that talking about the wicket, ideally India should have played. This is somewhat kind of a too heavily stacked in favor of the batters. Means that's Dajit that rightly said. It's a draw week. Draw week means obviously had Sri Lanka won that Test match against New Zealand,
Yeah.
then we would be ruining the fact that because we needed to win. We needed a scoreline 3-1 to ensure we are in the final of the WTC. Yeah, obviously now at this scenario, India has definitely go through to the finals because Sri Lanka doesn't look like winning this test. But having said that,
Yeah.
obviously you need a result oriented wicket. You need result
Absolutely.
oriented
Yeah.
wicket.
Yeah,
because that's
just
what
on that, he makes a great.
come out
Yeah,
to
go on. You
watch test
finish?
matches for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he makes a
Jayita, you are
great
adding
point
some.
because yeah, just a great point because see what happens is you cannot depend on other things falling for you. Then especially you're playing at home, you are 2-1 up in the series. I was with Boria and one pre and we were shocked to see this pitch. It was too good to be true, and we called it 600. Boria and I said 600. We were like 600. I mean, 4 teams haven't scored 600. The whole Test match in the last 3 matches haven't produced 600. But this looks like a 600 pitch and it was a 600 pitch. I think
Of
Aussies
course.
batted badly to get India into the game. Aussies, they threw wickets away, they batted loose. And also, like he says, fast bowler and spinner starting, what happens is spinner tests you, and the fast bowler banging that ball onto the ground roughs the ball up a bit. So that part I was saying in the beginning of the program about one side being rough, that will be done by the fast bowlers and will also be done by the throws from the outfield into the pitch. But not too many balls will go into the outfield. See, in one day cricket, they throw it on the bounce because their balls constantly go to third man, fine leg, point, square leg, long off, long on. But in Test cricket, you don't often see balls going to the boundary, especially when somebody's trying to save a Test match. So then, how
Yeah.
do you get the rough of the ball? You can't just go and rough the ball on the gravel. You can't. You're not allowed to do that. So then you have your fast bowlers bowl short balls, dig it into the ground. So whatever wear and tear there is on the pitch, little bit of loose impediments, the ball falls on that, and then a little bit of roughness happens, and you don't shine that side. You shine the other side. Then the spinners come into play. Is the point I was trying to make earlier.
Okay. Uh, Devashish, coming to you, we have been talking about KS Bharat. His batting, he got some runs, 44 runs from 88 balls. Your thoughts on KS Bharat? Because in the other matches, other batters also did not perform, did not get run. But this was a batting piece. Your thoughts on KS Bharat's knock of 44?
Yeah, he batted well, and but as our colleague Bharat has time and again said that he's a better batter against the fast bowlers. And remember those two sixes that he hit against Cameron Green,
Yeah,
those short ball pulled towards the square leg for six. So he's a decent batter against the fast bowling, but he still has some work to do as far as batting against spinners. But as his wicket keeping has been a bit of a letdown because he has dropped catches, he has let buys go. So maybe he has a lot of
And
improvement to do
and Mama on a good wicket,
on a good wicket. Remember
not
after
on a
MS
square
Dhoni,
turner.
yeah, after MS Dhoni, you had a Saha who was decent wicket keeper, and so and Rishabh also initially he was not that great, but he slowly he improved his wicket keeping skills. And remember the batter Rishabh Pant, we missed him. We are still missing him because that attacking batter he brings in at number 6 7 is he plays a huge role. So I
Game
think
absolutely.
changer.
Bharat has a lot to improve. But having said that, he did a decent job.
Jayita, coming to you on the same note, do you think India's wicket-keeping position is a bit of a debate right now? Who might be the
Yeah,
cemented position?
it is.
Yeah,
I think, like Debashi rightly says, he hasn't had a great time with the gloves on this pitch. And the first two Test matches, he was still okay. But you know what happens on square turners? You get a little more leeway. People forgive you for your misses because they know it's a tough wicket to keep on. Once you come on a good wicket, then there's no forgiving. You know, so it's a very tough position because you're supposed to do everything right. One thing you do wrong, that is the one that is talked about, and analysis is done on it. He hasn't had a great year in Ranji Trophy as well, and that showed in his batting in the series. He's generally a good batter. You know, with the white ball, he's good. He plays his shots, and like Debashish said, he can play take on the fast bowlers, hit some big shots. But two things have happened. One is that his form in first class cricket in this season, he was already in the mid 20s, I think, which is in Ranji Trophy standards quite average. So that's shown, and I think the fact that he's not had a good time behind the stumps, that plays on your mind when you're not a seasoned campaigner. You say, oh my shit, oh my God, I missed that, I dropped that, they're going to talk about it. And then, it gets into your head and you drop another one and then just, it's a one black hole. Also, the person is replacing. I feel you've given him a chance, give him a proper run. But I have a feeling Ishan Kishan is the future because he's a brilliant keeper. He's a brilliant keeper. See, for me in test matches, and you spoke about Saha and everybody else, it's about the keeping. Dhoni started off slowly, but he became a brilliant keeper. It's not how good you look, it's getting the job done. There are some
Yeah.
goalkeepers who look good, and there's some goalkeepers who just get the job done. It's getting the job done. Like Saha will make it look really good, and Dhoni will do the same. Might not look that good, but will get the same job done. So for me, Ishan Kishan is a game-changing player. Rishabh, of course, is at a different level. So we are keeping it out of the discussion because we're not ready as yet. When Rishabh
Yeah.
comes, he'll walk into any team. Because what Rishabh has done with wicket-keeping gloves for India as a batter, even Dhoni hasn't done in Test cricket. Hundreds in Australia, hundreds in England. So him, let's leave him out of the equation because he's on a different level. But
So,
Ishan Kishan for
Jayendra,
me is the future. Ishan Kishan is younger. He's a
Yeah.
game-changing batter and he's a better keeper. Yes, Mama.
I
Yeah.
would like to ask Ron, do you see Ishan playing that final against Australia in the World Test Championship? Or you would
Uh,
still stick with KS Bharat?
Ron, you've asked enough questions. Time to answer.
I don't. If we win this series, I don't want to break that winning combination. So I would go with KS Bharat.
We will have to
Same
break the
question to
combination.
me.
We can't play three spinners in at the Oval. We have to break the combination. Somebody's
Yes.
got to sit out. One more fast bowler's got to get in. Combination is going to get broken. There's no doubt
Yeah,
about it. You will not get Indore and where Lucknow, wherever we played.
absolutely.
You will not get that at the Oval.
But ideally, Jadidda,
So
it
so
means, assuming that India goes to the final,
yeah.
just interestingly, what would be the playing 11 like? Means obviously India will definitely go in with an extra fast
I'll
bowler.
go with Ishan Kishan. I'll go with Ishan
Ishan,
Kishan.
Ishan
I
Kishan.
will go
Devanshu,
because he's an unknown
for,
product in
for,
Test cricket. See, it'll
for
be a
me,
fast bowling oriented. Fast bowling oriented. I know we are looking way ahead of our time, but
yeah,
it's a fast bowling oriented game. It will be. It's a one game. Okay,
right,
so you
exactly.
give him, yeah. So not too much time to prepare. He bats at six. People know what he does at the top of the order. He has a very good first class record. Get him in at 6, 7. Game changing play. He can be a game changing player like Rishabh Pant. He's a better batter than KS Bharat. He's a better keeper than KS Bharat. And he's younger. So for me, I'll go with him.
Devanshu,
I would love to see an extra fast bowler in Jaidev Unadkat because he brings in that variation into that bowling attack with that being a left arm seamer. So I would not go with this Shami, Siraj, and Umesh, but rather I would love to see a left arm seamer in Jaidev Unadkat for the WTC
And I'd
final.
love to see in the
in whose
press box
place?
also Debashish Sen. One more change in the press box. Debashish Sen in the press box at the Oval. He's been there a
Devanshu,
couple of times.
Unadkat in whose place? Siraj?
Yeah,
Siraj is not
it
playing
has
this
to
test match. Siraj is not playing this test match. Siraj in whose place means?
He's just
Unadkat
talking
in
No,
about
place
the
of
WTC
Umesh.
final.
no, I said Unadkat in whose place?
Yeah, but so one spinner has to sit, na? The
Oh
three
yeah.
spinners playing.
Oh, oh yeah.
It has to be. It has to be
Don't even.
Akshay Patel. It has to be Akshay
Ah,
Patel. It has to,
man
at
of
the
the
oval. It
series.
has to, at the oval. It has to be Akshay Patel. Because you can't drop Jadeja and the Ashwin. So if you are going in with five bowlers, it has
Tough
to
one,
be three seamers and
Mama.
two
Tough
spinners.
one. Tough one. You will right now. Who's a better batsman, Jadeja or Akshar?
Jadeja is a too good a
Jadeja
player.
is an X factor.
He's
Sir
only
Jadeja.
We'll see. Thankfully, this is not our worry.
Jadeja, what's your call?
I would play Siraj, Shami, and Jaydev,
Siraj,
and I
Sami,
will.
and
And I will. I can't drop Jadeja. I can't drop Akshar. So I'll request Australia that can we play 12 on 12.
absolutely. And the game is about to start. So before we end, final comments from both our panelists. What do you expect from the first session? How many wickets?
Three, three
Three.
stroke four.
Devashish?
if India can pick 4 wickets, India is winning the test match.
Absolutely.
Because there will be times when wickets will fall in heaps, as is the case. If you look at the series so far, all the test matches, and it is Australia, they have lost wickets in heaps, 6 for 11, 8 for some 8 odd wickets. So there will be a phase on the day 5 where wicket will fall in heap.
True.
Maybe 3-4 wickets falling at very very quickly. So ideally for Australia, they would not love to see losing 4 wickets. If they lose 4 wickets, they would be striving
They
to
will
save.
be in trouble.
Yeah, but there's
Yeah.
one more issue. They could be 100 for 4. So then
Yes.
India also has to chase the runs. That bit is
Yeah.
there. They're not going to be 11 for 4 at lunch. They're going to be 100 for 4.
Absolutely.
So then India has to come and get maybe 130, 40.
Right.
Okay.
That's the reason why today's Rohit's captaincy will be
do
very
you-
interesting to see, because
do
you
you-
can't afford to leak a lot of runs and yet you got to attack. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes.
Rajendra, do you see India chasing if they suppose have to chase 90 odd in 15 overs?
Yeah, go for it and then shut shop.
Yeah,
Go
because
for it
they have
initially.
nothing to lose.
Go for
They
it
will go all
initially.
the way.
By that time the New Zealand match will be over. You'll know what's going on. Go for it for a while, and then if you see you're 21 for 3, shut shop. No problem.
Yeah.
Right.
You keep
Yeah.
Pujara back. You keep these people back. You send an Akshar Patel up. You send a Jadeja up at number 3.
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining. The game has already
Thank you.
started.
Pleasure.
Thank you. And we'll have live show on the WPL in the evening. So please do join and follow our social media platforms. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Have a nice
Ron.
Have a good day, gents. Have a good day.
Yeah. Thank you.